create more freedom. You can do more things with more income. You can even give more, if you want to go that route as well. So that was all really important to me. So network marketing was not the first business that I got into. So whenever I got really in this entrepreneur mindset, I got heavily involved in personal development. And in fact, personal development actually led me to becoming an entrepreneur. So I remember the first time that I got targeted with an ad for a personal development book. I was standing in the middle of a cornfield in nowhere, Indiana. I got targeted for an ad by Dean Graziosi, his book Millionaire Success Habits. And the open ad, so I saw the book. Dean's a marketing master, so a little 30-second clip or whatever with the book piqued my interest. I downloaded the book, started listening to it, and one of the opening lines of the book was, "I hope this is the last personal development book you ever have to read to reach your goals." And I was like, the first thing that came to my mind, Chad, was like, "There's more of these." Like, I'd never even heard of the word personal development before. Okay, so I'm working as a construction guy. I'm laboring, working in the middle of Indiana, staying in rundown hotels, eating fast food every single night of the week while I'm working out of town. And it was just not the highlight of my life. It was not the best point. I knew I wanted to do something more. I had no idea what it was. I didn't know how I was going to be able to get out of that rabbit hole, but I was determined to do it. So this is all after I got my engineering degree. I was, holding a flagpole, stop slow in the middle of a cornfield, and not enjoying my work atmosphere. So I'm like, I need to get into my profession, what I actually went to school for, why I wanted to do this in the first place was so I didn't have to work like this, right? So I got into my engineering job, and for the first 2 weeks of me in this engineering job, Chad, I thought I made it. I thought it was like the pinnacle of what I wanted. I had my own office. I had 40 hours a week. I had my benefits. I had my good salary. Everything that I thought I wanted so badly, just to be a part of the white collar workforce. And I remember how quickly that feeling faded, from being a high on getting the job that I wanted for so long and fading right into, wow, this is going to be a very mundane next 40 years of my life if I don't do something different about it. So in my cubicle, working 40 hours a week, it was so clear for me because I was working with people, Chad, that had literally been in that company for 40 years, working the same job for 40 years, got out of school 18 years old, got in this company, they were still working there, right? So it was very easy for me to see myself in that position. And I'm not talking their maxed out salary, $94,000 a year or whatever, for the 40 years that they dedicate to this company. I'm like, that is nothing to me. I want way more than that. I want to create way more abundance in my life of finances and travel and freedom and flexibility and impact and just doing something meaningful. So that led me into the world of entrepreneurship. And I knew I wanted to do something so much bigger. So I got into, like I said, personal development. I started reading books about mindset, personal development, met all these amazing speakers, entrepreneurs, trainers, and just went down this rabbit hole. So that led me to real estate. I got into real estate wholesaling. My idea with that was I was going to be able to flip a couple properties. I was going to take that, excuse me, that capital, invested into a cash flowing property so I can start increasing my income, right? That was all about for me. And, after a couple months of doing that, I made money. I turned nothing into $5,000 in 6 weeks of doing wholesaling. Had no idea what I was doing. As a one-man show. I had no mentorship. I had no team, and I still was able to make it work because I'm a hustler, right? I can hustle and I can work and I can make money, and because I'm just working harder than the next guy, right? But I knew I needed something more, something that I could leverage more. Because I was just leveraging my time. I'm up from 6 o'clock in the morning looking at properties until 8 o'clock at night and calling people, sending emails, all that stuff. Like, I was just leveraging myself to the absolute bone. So I knew there had to be a better way to make money in business. So I got into modeling and acting. I spent probably $10,000 or more in the industry of modeling and acting, training workshops, headshots, clothing, photography, like all this stuff. Cause I was going to be a
What,
model. I was going to be an actor, right? I was going to make it big time.
what were you
I
guys
went
doing?
to, I went to
We're on the stove, weren't
New
you?
York for a competition called International Model and Talent Association, IMTA, and went to this competition. The purpose of this was to meet all the big names in the industry and just get my name out there, right? And so that's what I did. I went to New York. I met with all these amazing people, all these amazing companies, and I thought this was going to be what it was going to be. I was getting ready to move to New York. I was going to do the thing big time because whatever I do it all. Like I go all in. So, and well, honestly, when I got back from New York in the small town Ohio, that whole plan kind of fell apart. The industry wasn't what I thought it was. The connections weren't there. The promises that were made fell through. So I realized that was not going to be my path either. So again, kept hustling, kept moving forward. Tried the affiliate marketing business model. Couldn't figure out the landing pages. Couldn't figure out the websites. I had no mentorship, no team. So here I am, still working my engineering job. I'm open to other ways to making money. I want a better way. I don't want to be working in a job for the rest of my life. And I just knew there had to be a better way. There had to be. So with an open mind, got a message from a random stranger on social media. And I see this kid's profile. He's traveling the world. He's speaking on stages. He's helping all these people. And it really piqued my interest because he was actually a year younger than me. His name is Tyler Walter. Some of you guys know him. And he was mega successful in Isogenics at the time. And you building a big team, young hustler, traveling around, doing whatever he wants. I'm like, that's what I want, right? I want to learn from somebody who has what I want. And had a conversation with them. He's the one who introduced me to the industry of network marketing within this beautiful company of Isogenics. And again, as Chad said, that was a little over 4 years ago. That was August 2019 when I got started. And ever since then, I've grown so much as an individual, as a professional. I'm more excited now than ever before of just what's possible with this industry. All you guys probably follow Eric Worre. I don't know how many of you guys just watched his wake up call, network marketing wake up call yesterday. Unbelievable, right? And I just felt so privileged to be in this business model and to have found it when I did, because I feel like all the success that I've had the past 4 years, I've earned almost in every incentive trip. I have a team of over 750 people in 5 countries. And like, I still do this part-time, it's so much fun to me. I travel a lot. I hang out with some amazing people. I have this awesome community that I get to surround myself with, both physically and virtually. That I get to plug in with. They're all personal development orientated. We want to help other people. We want more out of our lives. And those are the people that I want to hang out with. So this is all really exciting to me, but at the end of the day, I still think network marketing is the best way to do business, because you don't have the employees, you don't have the overhead, you don't have the business expenses that come with a traditional business, and you have so much opportunity for cash flow in this business model, and so much opportunity to just go as far as you possibly could think is possible for yourself, and then go even farther, right? How many people Herb and Patty Cepeda maxed out 3 business centers? They're on the 4th business center, right? Like, that's just blowing my mind. Like, how much money you can make in a business model like this with the right skills, with the right time invested, and with the right people. So I'm really excited about the possibilities of what the cash flow from this business can do for myself. But as you said, Chad, like, it's not just about me. It was whenever I got started, I just wanted to be able to make some money online. I wanted to be able to leverage a team and a customer base that I can make money while I was sleeping. But as I've developed over the past 4 years, it's turned into something so much bigger for me. And I did an exercise called 7 levels deep. If you guys have never heard of this, it's basically find out what your why is on a surface level, write that down, and ask yourself why to that answer 7 different times. And what I landed on 7 levels deep was, I want to be the person that creates a new financial, really a new legacy for myself and for my future family. But I also want to give that gift to other people as well. Like, the feeling that I would get from somebody just completely transforms their life. They move to a place they've always wanted to move to. They have more money than ever. Their family is healthy and thriving, and just they have so much more abundance in their life. And they say, what was the main thing that happened to you that changed all this for you? I want to be the guy that they point to, right? That's just really important to me, to be able to create that impact in other people's lives. So that's really why I'm here, what I'm doing. And as far as cash flowing goes, who doesn't need more money nowadays? Right. This is, for me, I do a lot of different things. I do UGC content creation. I do another business with Tyler. He's living over in Taiwan full time right now. I work full time as an engineer. I do a little bit of modeling gigs on the side. Like, I do all kinds of stuff because, again, I'm still in that hustle mindset. I still always want to create more abundance for my own life. But I think network marketing can find a way into everybody's portfolio because of the flexibility. And if you have any inkling of what business looks like, you can easily see why network marketing with a company like Isogenics is so valuable, because you get the free mentorship, you get the products, you get the business model, you get the compensation plan. Like, all of these are just huge feathers in our cap that we get to work with on a daily basis. I'm privileged to be able to work with it. So I really see this as a long-term thing for me. I'm gonna probably be going to be doing this the rest of my life. I want to create that huge impact that I see for myself and for my team and around the world and all that good stuff. But yeah, it's not an end all be all for me. It's just another income stream that I can use to leverage the business model to create that impact for what I want with my life.
So, with regard to your engineering career, you said about a year into it, you were like, okay, the feeling faded. You didn't enjoy it all that much anymore. I got two questions. We only got about 10 minutes ish left. Um, the first question is, you're 4 years into it, and explain your feeling now compared to at the beginning, understanding that in engineering, after a year, it was all fading.
Yeah, I mean, I think about this a lot, and Chad, it honestly might not be the answer that you expected, but I feel dumber now than when I started. And the reason I say this is because as I'm learning more, I'm learning how much more I don't know. And when it comes to a business like this, where it's a never ending growth cycle, I'm becoming more consciously incompetent. In the beginning, I was unconsciously incompetent. I was just working and hustling and handing out information and talking to people, and I was making some sales, but I had no idea what I was doing. Now that I'm becoming more of a professional and I understand more of what I'm doing, it actually gets me excited, because I do have a long-term growth mindset, because I think I get bored and I get burnout whenever there's not a growth opportunity ahead of me. And with this business model, there's never been a moment where there hasn't been a growth opportunity in front of me. So I'm more excited now because I see how far I have to go to become the person and the leader and the business owner that I want to be. But that's exciting. Again, that's exciting me. It might be discouraging to some people because of how much work that it would require to put in. But I'm excited to know some of these amazing people that are within our company, like D. Hutchins, Chris Estes, Herb Cepeda, Cindy Walter, all these amazing leaders that we have, and I get to talk to them. I get to like have a conversation with them and meet them and shake their hands in person. Like, I just didn't have access to that before, right? So I feel like I've already had such an amazing head start from year 25 to 29, where I'm at now, and just laying the foundation for the success that I want to cultivate in my life. And it's all contributed to what this doorway of network marketing with Isogenics has contributed for me. So I'm more excited now just because of how much more I'm willing and ready to grow moving forward, if that makes sense.
Sure, definitely. And you're 29 right now. Tell me about your age realm. Say obviously start program is 18 to 35, but the generation that, when this generation sees something like Isogenics sees a comp plan like Isogenics possesses, they're after it, like you said, all in. Tell me about this generation and how that energy is going to fuel Isogenics and keep it going.
Yeah, and there's no doubt that our age demographic is definitely more open to a business model like this, right? I think the whole COVID pandemic really accelerated the fact that online income is a must nowadays. Prices are going up, rent's going up, cost of real estate's going up. Those are all more reasons to create more income. But if we're able to show them all of the opportunities and packaged in such a way that comes with network marketing and Isogenics, I feel like they're going to be able to see this as the light at the end of the tunnel. So I work with a lot of young people, and honestly, it's sad to say most young people just don't possess that type of vision for their life, right? Of being able to put in the work up front and be able to benefit from it for a very long period of time. I feel like a lot of people are lacking that vision, and not blaming younger people and not using it as an excuse at all. But I think it is our job to be able to show them. Chris Estes calls it their FPS, their future potential self. Show them what it could look like if they put in 2, 3, 4, 5 years of hard work with a network marketing business, and show them what it could look like for the next 5 or 10 years, and show them the growth opportunities that they have at their disposal, the mentorship. I think it's all very important for us because they don't know it unless we show it to them. I feel like for me, I always lead with the business, and then I fall back to the products if the business opportunity isn't a good fit for them. But if you do just happen to enroll somebody as a customer, it's very easy to forget to introduce them to the business model. And this has happened to me before. I've enrolled a close friend of mine here in Tampa where he reached out to me. He was one of my customers. I got him started on the AMP products. He's using our protein pre-workout and repair and all that good stuff. And he reached out to me one day and said, "Hey man, hey, I just started a side business with Amway. I would love to be able to support each other. I would love for you to check out some of our products." I'm like, "You know what I do, right? Like you have to know what I do." We all get in that mindset. Like, oh, they know what we do. They know what our business model is, but they really don't know until you explain it to them. So working with young people, whether they're in college or coming out of college, it's really our jobs as professionals, or maybe being even the same age or a little bit older, to explain what the business model of network marketing is and how it could potentially benefit them for what they're trying to accomplish with their life.
Yeah, two quick ones. First, how many hours a week do you put into your isogenics business?
It's a good question. I have it mapped out roughly 15 hours a week. I probably often end up doing more than that. But right now with my schedule, so I'm a full-time engineer, I do isogenics, and I have another side business that I'm working on with Tyler as well. But I have it mapped out for in my calendar, Monday through Friday, 15 hours a week. And this is income producing activities, right? This is conversations, this is phone calls, this is Zoom calls, this is sending information. I just had an outdoor workout event last night. I host meetup groups here in St. Pete, where we have anywhere between 60 to 100 people on any given Thursday night, where we do like social events at local beach bars or something like that. But I also incorporate fitness stuff where I can incorporate some of our products. So I had an awesome fitness event last night. I had 20 people come out, a 45-minute outdoor group workout, had a product table set up, and have these little slips where they can fill out information. They'll drop it in a box and I'll pull it and just like raffle some products away and give away some samples. So that's all to me part of my grow my business, grow my network, and introduce more people to the products. I had people flocking to the table after the workout, so it's a good feeling to me because it's exciting where I get to incorporate a little bit of fun with a little bit of business at the same time. I'm always mixing business and pleasure, right? I think that's a really good thing to take away from this call is you can live a fun life. You can do the things that you love to do, and you can also grow your business at the same time. Because if you're a professional friend maker, you're never going to run out of people to talk to.
And that keeps that positive feeling growing. Keeps that momentum building. Now, the last one, and this is going to lead right into the next call next week. We hear about the economy every single day, all day long, if you get the news on. Tell me about creating your own economy.
Yeah, I think that's an important term that we hear from professionals in the network marketing space, because if you have a employee mindset, you're going to say, my boss isn't paying me anymore, prices are going up, I'm out of luck, right? I can't do anything about it. But if you have an entrepreneurial mindset, you can say, how can I make more money, right? You can create whatever type of economy that you have within your business, because your income is directly related to the activities that you're doing, the amount of work that you're putting in, the amount of IPAs, income producing activities that you're doing on a daily and weekly basis. So if your customers are constantly complaining about the product, returning, and the business partners aren't doing anything, stop talking to those level of people, right? Increase the level of prospecting that you're doing. So it's really important to have that type of mindset, because I have a little sticky note here. There's two types of people in the world. I can't find it right now. There's two types of people in the world. One allows their employer to dictate their income. The other one says, I'm going to go out and do it myself. Right. And that's the mindset that I would love for everybody to be able to incorporate on this, because if you have that, you're not feeling that sense of victim mindset where you're saying, oh, my income's capped. My boss isn't paying me anymore. I can't do anything about it. The other person says, hey, I need to develop 2, 3, 4, and 5 more streams of income so I can increase my own economy. And I'm not the one complaining about the price of milk going up or the price of gas going up, because it doesn't matter, right? You can just increase your income at any given time that you want to.
And many have said that sales is the best career on planet Earth. And with this particular type of sales, you're working with a team who wants nothing less than for you to be 100% successful. So I think we have time for maybe 2 quick questions. You okay fielding a couple questions, Taylor?
Absolutely.
All right. Anyone who wants to come in with a question, chime in. You can unmute yourself and ask away. And if not, we got another topic we can discuss real quick. And that is the topic of.
Oh, sorry about
Oh,
that.
go
My
ahead.
phone delayed there.
Good to
So
go.
Taylor, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Oh, perfect. So Taylor, I know that one thing for you that is obvious is that you have a lot of clarity and you're able to really foresee and cast out your vision, not just for yourself, but for others who you may be training. So like, is that something that you've always had, or is that something that had to develop? And what advice would you give to somebody who may be struggling with clarity for their own personal vision?
That's a good question. And honestly, I think clarity comes from a lot of that personal development mindset. And I think that's definitely something that I've cultivated over the past 4 years of just being in 5 years really of being involved in personal development. But what I would say to anybody who's looking for more clarity and how I'd really coach them through that is put them through some exercises like 7 levels deep, because whenever you find out what drives you on a fundamental basis, it makes it so much easier to put in the work. Whenever you know the type of impact that you want to be able to create and the type of life that you want for yourself, that clarity creates action. And whenever you're able to put in yourself into action, you're not complaining about doing the work. You're not laying in bed in the morning and just like dreading getting out of bed to get to work, because you know what you're working toward. So I think that clarity is something that I've definitely developed over a long period of time. Like I said, I got started for a very small reason, but it grew into such a larger vision for myself after interacting with some of these high net worth individuals that are impacting millions of people around the world, and just taking a little bit of their vision and making it my own, and taking a little bit of their vision and making it my own. It's that environment piece, right? Who you're hanging out with is who you're going to become. And whenever you're hanging out with extremely successful people who have that strong mindset, who are not victims, who go out and create what they want to create, and they're helping other people do the same, I think that is what honestly gives you that sense of what is possible for your own life. And to me, that gives me a lot of clarity. So what I would do for somebody like that, Josue, is just be able to help them create that own clarity in their life of what they actually want, what are some of their goals, and what they're actually working toward.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Josue. Two quotes: you become the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. Second quote: readers are leaders and leaders are readers. You hit on this, Taylor. You grab any book you can find. You can start with Think and Grow Rich. I mean, any book you read today in the last 15 years references Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. But dig into books, read every single day. I'm sure, Taylor, you have a bunch of books on your bookshelf that are geared towards personal development, motivation, ownership. Probably loaded up, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I got a whole stack of books here. I got some shelving on my desk here. The whole bottom shelf is filled with books. And I got a whole other library on my Audible. I listen to a lot of audio because I love being able to multitask while I do things. Whether I'm at the gym, I'm always listening to a podcast or an audiobook. When I'm driving for any long period of time, I'm always listen to an audiobook. Even when I'm just like cleaning up around the house, I oftentimes when I'm mowing the grass, I got headphones in, listen to an audiobook. So I'm a fiend when it comes to personal development. But where a lot of people fall into the personal development trap, Chad, is they'll listen to the piece of content in the book or whatever, and they'll learn, and they'll go to the next book and they'll learn some more, and they'll go to the next book and learn some more, and they never take any action. Honestly, sometimes I feel like I can't even finish the book because I want to go implement what I'm learning in the book. Right? That action piece is so important when it comes to personal development, because if you're not implementing what you're learning, it honestly is all for nothing.
Definitely. Definitely. Another question. Anyone else have one? Totally open book. I mean, we'll start these calls with content, and as we move along here, I think you'd agree with this, Taylor. It's an open book. We can create this any way we want to. We just want to make sure we're getting value out to everyone, so that, like you said, people can listen to these calls and then go out and take action and work with each other to take action. Because when you pay it forward, you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. You teach a man to teach a man or woman, I should say, teach a man or woman to teach, they feed the world. So it's about us working together on this call to generate a really positive vibe within Isogenics, so we can just build this thing beyond the CEOs ever, beyond what we could ever imagine on this call right now. So who's got another question? We got about 5 minutes left.
Yeah, Chad, I want to give you a shout out too. I appreciate you reaching out because honestly, you're the initiator of this. So I really appreciate you and I appreciate your heart because I feel like we have so many people in this company that have so much value to give and they often don't have a space to be able to give it. So I want to be able to create this space where we're learning from one another, we're helping each other succeed because I feel like we're all one team. We're all team Isogenics, right? Like we all are one company. We all want to see each other succeed and help other people do the same. So I appreciate all of you being here and chat again. Thanks for initiating this.
My pleasure, man. Happy to help. Right back at you. So we got one more question.
All right, that might be a wrap.
That's the wrap. One more quick topic, and then we'll jet for the night. Global community. You touched on it just now, the community piece of it. We're talking a global community. Everyone has their phones, their computers. They have access to anyone on the globe in a fraction of a second. How amazing is it that we have a company that we can legitimately create a global community within Isogenics?
Yeah, I'm so grateful for this every night because I have a journal that I journal in, and one of the first sections is what are 5 things you're grateful for. Oftentimes it's social media, internet, Zoom, whatever, because it gives us the ability to be able to connect with all this global community, right? The company gives us so many resources to be able to plug into at any given time. But if it weren't for social media, where we're able to connect with other team members and other potential team members, I feel like it's a huge blessing. And we're using social media as a tool to be able to connect with people and start a conversation. It's huge. If you're using social media the right way, it should be the biggest blessing that we've ever seen. So I agree with you so much because, you know, it'd be really easy to just be able to isolate everybody by country or team or whatever, but that's not how this company operates. We all just want to see each other win and support each other.
100%, man. Taylor, thank you very much. Appreciate you. Everyone who came onto the call tonight, appreciate you as well. Hope you guys all have an amazing week, and we'll be back 8 o'clock next Wednesday.
Thanks, guys. Invite your friends. We'll see y'all.
Thank
Thank you.
you.